Hello. I got married, and shortly after that, my husband and I got into a argument, and he took off and left. And he lives 4 hours from here, and he only owed $800 on a car, and he had $12,000. So I told him to please pay the car off. He assured me he had paid the car off, but those were all lies. I found out months later, I get a notice in the mail that says I owe them $1,300 because the car got towed, and those were storage fees. In fact, they towed the car and even sold it. Of course, I have it in text messages where he told me that he had paid the bill. He certainly had the money to, but he lied, and none of that ever happened. So I got bills from this debt collection, and I sent them a letter that said I vehemently denied that the debt was mine. I don't even have my husband's address. I have a phone number for him, and if I call, he will answer, but everything he told me is lies. And so they said that he told them, he admitted the debt was his, he admitted that he would pay it, but apparently the master of lies has lied to them. And so now they're coming back to me because I have good credit, and they're trying to look at me now to pay this $1,392 for this man that went up and left me.
Basically, what happens is, legally speaking, that the creditor who loaned the money on the car, if you and your ex-husband signed on that note, you're both responsible for it. And you may not like it, it may not be what you want to hear right now, but you're both responsible. So if one defaults or one stops paying, it doesn't mean that you're not solely responsible or the other person's not solely responsible. Now, you may have an avenue through the courts to, if you had a divorce and it was agreed upon that he would actually take that debt and he didn't do that, well then you'd have a claim against him to go back and get that enforced on, basically filing a petition to modify the terms of your divorce or enforce those agreements and going back in front of a judge. That can be costly, that can be time consuming, and chances are it may cost you more to do that versus just going ahead and paying that debt. Now, long story short is you're still responsible if you signed on that note with him. If you didn't sign on that note, you're not responsible.